in Chicago, the city employees, is simply unacceptable for someone who wants to lead this city. And so taxpayers all over the city should be asking Tony, when will the game stop? When will you stop sticking your hand in our pocket and wasting and squandering our precious tax dollars? And it's not just the money that's at stake. This is about competitive elections and voter turnout. We've got to give Chicagoans a reason for hope, a reason to believe that today is going to be different than the next day. And we can't get there if we keep playing these political games. It's time for that to end. It's time for change. And that's what we are talking about in this campaign. And I'm asking taxpayers and voters, when you head to the polls on February 26th, you're going to have an a la carte menu of candidates who represent the status quo, and Tony Preckwinkle is at the top of that list. But you're also going to have another choice, and that is an independent, true reform candidate. And if you want change, if you want an independent leader who's going to bring the change to City Hall, who's going to change the course of the way in which the government deals with its people, it puts people first and is holding government accountable to you as the citizens, as the voters, as the taxpayers, then I'm your candidate. I'm happy to entertain your questions.
So how can you blame Tony Preckwinkle for just going by what the system is set up? She didn't set it up.
Well, she's perpetuating it, right? She's the boss of the Democratic Party here. She could say, this is not fair, this isn't right, I'm not going to stand for denying people access to the ballot. She's made a decision that she's going to use a relic of the machine because she favors the machine to try to exclude me and other women of candidate from the ballot. That's not right. That's not what people want. They want change.
What are you doing today?
What we're doing today is filing our motion to dismiss and arguing it. They've challenged silly things like pages in a submission that don't exist. We submitted 3,400 pages. They're challenging pages in the 9,000s that go beyond that. They're challenging blank pages and signatures that don't exist. It is a game. It is silly. It's not brought in good faith. Now, I'm a lawyer, and if this was a lawsuit in court, not only would I be filing a motion to dismiss, I'd be filing a motion to sanction the lawyers who brought what we call specious, meaning complete nonsense claims. That's what this is what the game is at her point.
What do you make of Mendoza who said, I'll take the challenge, the rest, drop the rest of them?
Yeah, thanks, Susanna. But the rest of us can actually stand on our own 2 feet. And frankly, her comment is insulting and stupid, right? We are all here. We are all able to be leaders. And I'll speak for myself. I don't need to send Susanna Mendoza, who supported Rom, who supports Madigan, and who supports Ed Burke, to speak for me. Not necessary.
Also, Tony Preckwinkle and the money from the Ed Burke fundraiser that helped for her. What should she do?
She should, of course, give it back. You know, she took 3 weeks, 3 FBI raids before she even said the first darn thing about Ed Burke. And now suddenly, because she's been forced to take a position because reporters have been asking her, now she acts like she's got all this courage. She didn't have courage. She didn't have courage to speak up for everyday Chicagoans when Rahm Emanuel was still on the ballot. She didn't have courage when the first FBI raid happened, and you knew exactly what should happen. She took his money in January when he amassed way too much power, when he was controlling $100 million in the working compensation plan, and doing all the things that Ginger Evans has now disclosed. That he's been doing that for years and years and years, and she was perfectly happy with him then. It's only now, when people are standing up and paying attention, that Tony Preckwinkle suddenly has courage. We don't need people like that. We need people who are willing to stand and state their convictions and advocate on behalf of the citizens.
Would you keep Eddie Johnson if you were elected mayor? Or
Look, I think, and I've said this very clearly, I have a good working relationship with Eddie Johnson, and there's lots of things that we disagree on, and I'm not shy about asking that. But for somebody to say that they want to get rid of Eddie Johnson now, when we're still dealing with an epidemic of violence, when the next mayor is not going to take office until May of next year, in my view, is absolutely irresponsible. And frankly, what it shows is she doesn't know the first darn thing about local policing. And her record is clear now. She doesn't know the first thing about it. We can't afford to learn on the job. And as somebody who's conducted a nationwide search for a superintendent, no one is going to come in under these circumstances with somebody like that who's so disrespectful to the rank and file members of this department. Sowing chaos and instability isn't leadership.
What do you make of the that's unusual, is it not?
It's very unusual. Sounds like they forgot something. And we'll find out more about that later. Other questions? Okay. All right, thanks everyone.
Thanks. Are you staying for that hearing as well?
No, they don't need me.
What's your name?
Luckily I've got good lawyers.